Good evening, it's Sue from Snake River Stamping. Thank you for joining me tonight. Tonight is a surprise video. I am going to go live tomorrow to do my regular free class, my free tutorial, using the new and fabulous washi tape that's really pretty. Anyway, I'm going to show you different ways to use this. And I've got some cards all ready for you for that. But I also have my card kit offer for your orders this month. And I thought I would do all of it at once, but I realized it would be much too long. And so I'm just going to make this a separate video. So if you order from me this month and you qualify for a card kit, it's a minimum $40 order and you qualify for card kits. And as your orders increase, you get more stuff, which I will explain tomorrow. But I just wanted to explain the card kits and show you what I'm going to send you this month for free if you do order from me. And if you have any questions or anything, you can email me or contact me. My information should be below or above. I hope I put that in. Anyway, it's on my Facebook page, and I'll include it later if I forgot to type that in, because like I said, I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here tonight and just doing a really quick little tutorial about the card kits that I offer for free each month. So I'm going to turn my camera down and we will get started really quick. So these are the cards. You're going to get two of this kind. This is a joy fold, and you get these two. It might not be the same paper, okay, because I'm on this thing where I'm looking at the mountains of paper that I have over here to my side, and I'm going to show you these same folds, these same things that I will cut and prep for you. The only thing you have to have is your own stamps and your own ink, okay, and but I'm gonna show you some other paper that I have that's no longer available, but it's available from me because I've got lots of it. So I'm going to show you, this is a Joy Fold card. It goes like this. And this is a more standard card with just some cutting and stuff like this. So we're going to get started here real quick. And remember, you get 4 cards altogether, 2 of each in this. So let's see, we'll do the Joy Fold second. Start with this one. I'll give you the measurements as we go and some of the stuff that I used to do this. It starts out, you're going to get a card base. Okay, and this is your standard. This one is, I use Night of Navy. These two I was using Secret Sea, which I mean on camera you can't even tell the difference. Secret Sea and Night of Navy are just super close. Secret Sea is a little deeper blue, navy blue type of color. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and you score it at 4 1/4 to start with your card base. Okay. Then I took a piece of white and I embossed it. This one is with the Starburst embossing folder that I got during celebrations, and I will cut and emboss for you. Like I said, the only thing you have to do is have your own stamps, your own ink. And this one is 5 1/4 by 4, and I'll try to keep track of these. And this will go right on top and leave a nice border, as you can see. But I'm not going to put that on quite yet because we're going to work on this piece. The next piece we have is another piece of Night of Navy, 4.5 by 3.5. Again, I will be cutting this for you. And that's going to go on top of the white. And then you're going to have another basic white layer, 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, and that will layer on this one. So you're going to have a couple of layers to work on here to make this. So the DSP that I used, like I said, this is older DSP, and in fact this DSP might be from a different company because I've had it for a while and I always did like it, but I do have a lot of it and I can send it to you, and it's just got Night of Navy in it and white, so it's really basic colors, you know. It's not hard to find matching ink or anything like that. And so what we have is this middle one. I called this DSP number 2, and these two outside ones DSP number 1. So these will match the DSP number 1s. They're 1 by 3, 1 by 3. And DSP number 2 coordinates with it, has the same colors in it. It's 1 7/8 by 3. Okay. And what I do when I have pieces that I want to fit onto a paper, I do the outside edges first, and then I kind of stick the middle one in. So I'm just squiggling my glue on here, and I'm gonna center this kind of evenly with the top, bottom, and side. And I'm gonna squiggle some glue. You can use whatever kind of adhesive you like. And I'll just move this one out of the way for a second. And I'll put this over here. Again, centering tops and sides. Press that down. And then my middle one, which is a different pattern, but it goes with it. And it's really pretty. Just like that. Okay, then I will cut you a stylish shapes for your banner that's going to go on here like this. And you can stamp whatever you want to on here. Let's see, I think I did. You've been on my mind. I did. And I'm using Night of Navy. Stamp it off over here. I'm going to give it a try. Not too bad. Could be a little bit darker. I'm just looking, when I use a rubber stamp, I just make sure that I don't have ink on the edges, and pick up edges, and I tap gently. And then I'm going to center this. Give it a firm, even press. There we go. Pretty good, pretty good. And I have wipe this off. So I am going to glue. I'm going to close this stamp pad before I stick something in there that does not belong in there. And I'm just going to glue this on. To the Night of Navy. What I forgot to cut on this now. I see what I forgot to cut. Do I have... Oh, I do. This is a 1/2 inch strip. Yeah, this is a 1/2 inch strip. And I'm going to put this behind here just for some visual interest. And I'm going to make, I take some of my Jelly Roll white ink. We sell this white ink. And I'm just going to make some dots and dashes down the side with my white ink. And this is too long, so I'm just going to come down here and kind of approximate where I want this to end. So I don't have to do the whole thing because I'm going to cover it up. So that's enough of that. And I'm going to put this on. Before I put that other piece on. So just put it right to the top. And it kind of looks like a ribbon, but it's just a piece of paper. Piece of cardstock. And then I just take my paper snips, turn it over, and cut it off. Okay. And then I'm going to glue this on. Center it. And I will use some dimensionals to pop up my greeting. I'm going to put it on right side up because it looks better that way. And then I added a little flower or something, and I'll send you some a white piece of paper that you can stamp some sort of image on. Some white cardstock. So I just would stamp a small image. And one of the things I like about these cards is they're really versatile because you can use any stamps, any ink, any paper that you have to reproduce these cards. I'm going to send you the paper to do this, but any stamps, any ink, whatever. Well, you know, you want to make the ink, of course, match if you can. So I just would stamp this, and I took this out of, this is an older one, Wildflower Designs, and I do have a die for that. If I can get it off, I have a die for that. These magnets are nice and strong. And I am going to die cut this beside me, because if I put that on my table, that my cameras are hooked to my table, which, you know, in retrospect wasn't the most brilliant thing to do, because when I die cut on the table, it wiggles and it will make you absolutely sick watching that. And I can tell I'm going to need a little piece of washi tape. Should have done this before, but I forgot. Because like I said, I just decided to do it all of a sudden. I thought I'm going to do this tonight so you don't have to watch me make, you know, like 4 or 5 cards tomorrow. That would be a little bit long. So anyway, you just find something that you have in your stash that would make, you know, a smallish image that you could stick on here. So I'm just going to stick that on with a little bit of glue. I'm just going to put some down here at the bottom, kind of, and stick that on. And I think, put that in my tray. I think I'm going to put a little dimensional behind the flower because it's on the sentiment, which is already popped up. So to keep it kind of even, I can stick this on by just taking the paper off of both sides of it and sticking this underneath and then sticking it down so that it will hold it up. Okay, so now I am ready to put it on my card front, on my Night of Navy card front. And once again, I'm just going to use some glue. Oh, this glue, I tell you, it's kind of at the end of its road. Ah, this is better. It's coming right out. And I've got this embossed piece, so I want to smear quite a bit of glue on there. And that is the front of this card. You will get all the pieces cut. You'll get a little square to do an image here. This stylish shapes will already be cut for you to stamp on, and it's one of the larger ones, so you can do a lot of different things with that. And I will also cut you the inside piece, especially when you use a dark color. You definitely want something that goes on the inside that's a light color. And from that same set, since I started with that on the outside, you know, I just picked this set with these little wildflower designs, and I'm just going to put that on the inside of my card. You could stamp a happy birthday in there. You could stamp almost anything in there. So just dresses it up just a little bit to put a little flower or a little image of some sort that that you like in there. And then I usually use Stampin' Seal Plus to put my stuff I'm going to write on, because it will definitely be flat. I won't have any. Sometimes I get bumps with glue. It's probably because I use too much glue. So you will get 2 of these cards in your card kit for your $40 order this month, right? Now the other card is our Joy Fold card. And this was the one I did a happy birthday card. So it's a Joy Fold. And you'll get all the stuff cut and prepped. And again, now this is Stampin' Up paper. I'm going to save all these little pieces so I remember what to cut, right? I think I wrote it down someplace else, but just in case I need that again. Just in case. Okay. So on this one, you need a 11 inches by 4 1/4. 11 by 4 1/4. You're going to score at 5 1/2, and then you're going to cut off 2 3/4, because this is going to be that Joy Fold card. Okay, you're going to cut off 2 3/4, which is half of 5 1/2, like that. That's what you'll start with. So the inside pattern, this is Fresh Freesia, and I picked, there's 2 pretty sides. I like both of them. This is 5 1/4 by 4, so it's just a little bit smaller. And I'm just gonna, this is gonna have a tiny little border around it. Okay, and then you're gonna get 2 of these DSPs, and the skinnier one goes on the front, goes on here, okay, and the little bit wider one goes on the flap that we make for the joy fold. Okay, so you could do this, but I thought that was too matchy-matchy. This is a good match, and it's a little bit of a contrast, and we're going to make the flap a different color to make it go with this. We're going to use Peach Pie, which is really funny that Peach Pie goes with this, because when we had this paper, we didn't even have Peach Pie. So the flap is 8.5 by 3 1/4. So it's 8.5 across by 3 1/4, and you score it at excuse me, at 4 1/4, and it's going to go backwards like this. Okay, it's going to open this way and open this way. Okay, and you see how that peach pie, you see how that matches really well? It's a good contrast. I just couldn't believe it when I found that. Because I was going to use Highland Heather, but because Highland Heather's in here too, but I kind of liked this a little bit better. So the inside of the flap is 4 by 3, and it's just white. I'll cut that for you. 4 by 3. And I usually stamp mine before I stick it in, just in case. And I did May All Your Wishes Come True. There it is. I did May All Your Wishes Come True. And I need, because this is a photopolymer stamp, I do need my Stampin' Pierce mat. It makes it a little bit better. Stamps. And I think what I'm going to do is, on this one, I did May All Your Wishes Come True, and I wanted a splatter behind it, but I did it the same color, and it kind of just messed with my sentiment. So I'm going to do my sentiment and my splatter a little different this time. And so I'm going to use the lighter one. Oh, for my splatter, for my splatter, for my splatter. I'm going to use the lighter one. Okay. Use a little bit of splatter. There we go. And that's in Peach Pie. And then I've got some fresh freesia. I will do the sentiment in. This is going to have to be darker, darker, darker. I'm pressing down pretty hard. Not sure I love that. I think I might leave the splatter out. Yeah, that just didn't turn out as well as I thought. Okay. It is what it is right now. Okay, so this is on the inside. Some tape. Okay, then I have my other DSP for the flap. This is the flap, and it's 4 by 3. It's the same size as the white was. And it matches the DSP that we have on the very front of the card. And remember, it's going to go backwards. I mean, even if you accidentally got it on the front, you can just flip it over and it'll work. Okay. So this goes this way, like that. Now, I will also cut you. This is from Unbounded Love, which I don't think we have anymore. Anyway, that's going to be for your sentiment, that you can stamp your sentiment on. And I stamped a happy birthday, a big happy birthday on that. And I think I'll do it in peach pie because that'll go with the card base. Oops, lost it. If your stamps get not so sticky, and I'm just going to wipe mine off with a, this is the back of it, with a baby wipe right now, but what really works is to wash them with some dish soap, and then rinse them and dry them real good, and they get the sticky back. Yeah, like that. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp my happy birthday up here. Press firmly, but not too squishy. Didn't turn out as good as I thought. I've stamped it I've used this a lot, so usually if you've used a stamp a lot, it'll stamp pretty good for you. But that didn't do as great as I wanted it to do. So I'm going to glue this down, and I'm probably going to tape it down. And I'm going to close this, and I'm going to close this, and there's lines on here that I'm going to use. So it goes like that, okay? And then I will put some dimensionals on here. There they are, right in front of me. Okay, so then I cut out from, and this is a new set. This is called Pretty Florals, and I cut out some of these little floral things. They're really easy, and I'll cut those out for you, okay, to match the paper that I send you. And so I've got some pretty peach pie, and I've got some fresh freesia here. I think I'm going to put one of each on here. Maybe I'll put 3. I don't know. Do I want 3? No, I only want 2. Okay, I only want 2. So a little bit of glue on this one side and a dimensional on the other side because this is popped up. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the right and a dimensional on the other side. And I am going to continue this month, the special. People really liked it last month when I offered a free sheet of dimensionals. There's 100 of the regular and 240 of the minis. And that was very popular. So I was like, cool, you know, because that's really easy for me to do. So I'll include, anyway, I'll go over the specials tomorrow, but as your order increases, you get more stuff. Okay. And so that is that card. This is called a Joy Fold. Now, another thing I'm going to send you, because I have that in a little container somewhere. Safe. What I have, I'm going to send you these. I'll send you 2 sets because you're going to make 2 Joy Fold cards. Are these little Velcro dots. I'll find my magic container and I'll send you, there's, you know, hook and loop closures because that'll keep the card closed. And then when the person opens it, you know, it's just a little bit of a opening thing. But I will include the hook and loop, and the easiest way to do it is they're going to be together, okay, and is to and they have adhesive on them already. Is you take off the backing and you put it down, both of them down at the same time. Take the adhesive off the other one, and then just close this and press, and voila, it's in the right place and everything's perfect. Okay, so those are your 2 cards. You're going to get 4, of course, 2 of each. Those are the card kits I'm sending out this month. One is the Joy Fold and the other one is the strips and everything. And I think they both make really nice cards. You can stamp on whatever you want on them. Make them birthday cards, make them sympathy cards, make them whatever you want. And I will, everything I can cut, like these little flowers and things, I will cut. Now I can't do this one because it's a Stampin' cut, but I'll send you a little piece of paper and you can stamp and cut whatever, you know, you want to out of that to add a little something there. So anyway, I hope that, oh, I want to tell you one more thing before I go up. Okay, starting Tuesday, this is another thing. You might wait to order anything until Tuesday. And of course, after you see my fabulous card class, where I got the cards, here they are. These are the cards I'm going to make. I might make one more, we'll see. Using the washi tape and the die that comes with it. So these are the cards that we're going to do tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Okay, that'll be alive. Anyway, if you order starting Tuesday from the 3rd, June 3rd till the 30th, so the rest of the month, if you buy a suite of products or a bundle of products, you buy one, get one 50% off. Okay, so make sure when you order that, like if you order a suite, make sure you order something else that's really close in price. They're gonna charge you for the more expensive one first. You know, it's hard to find them exactly the same price, but they're going to charge you for the more expensive one first, and the other thing will be half price. So don't order a suite, and then the second thing you order is a roll of ribbon, and you get that at half price. You know, you need to order things that are pretty much, you know, close in price, and you get that second item 50% off. Buy one, get one 50% off. It starts June 3rd, which is Tuesday. It goes all the way to the end of June. Oh, it does say while supplies last. They're pretty good about that, though. You know, they've got stuff, and it's out of the catalog. It's on the online exclusives. You know, whatever you can find that Stampin' Up sells. You know, with suites and bundles and things like that. So this is a screaming deal. You also earn your Stampin' Rewards on all of this. You also get free card kits from me. You also earn other stuff from me that I'll talk about tomorrow, you know, like the dimensionals and things like that. So, you know, there's all sorts of perks that you can get for your order, and so it would be really smart to wait until Tuesday to order. All right. Okay. It was great to talk to you tonight. I will remind everybody tomorrow on my live about this video explaining my card kits, and I can even put a link in my video tomorrow that will take you right to this video. If you want to, rewatch it and say, okay, how did she do that? Everything will be pre-cut for you, and it's just a matter of putting it together, which is really, really easy, and doing a little bit of stamping. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, Monday, June 2nd at 9 a.m.